This is the Leitmotif and Movement Podcast, a father and son's journey into the vast worlds of music. I'm your host, Mike Ficklin, and joining me on this epic musical journey is my son,
Michael Ficklin.
This show is dedicated to the discussion of music and introducing Michael to music from the past and present. We mainly discuss the genres of rock, hard rock, and heavy metal. We also from time to time dive into film and video game scores, and we sprinkle in some surprises along the way. And this just so happens to be one of those surprises. Here we are with our 8th bonus episode, and we're covering this time the forthcoming release from Bragging Rights titled Carpe Jugulum. This new record drops on November 21st. You can purchase Bragging Rights music from their Bandcamp page, braggingrights2022.bandcamp.com. The band is a sludge-infused progressive death metal project, and we've covered stuff from them before, Michael. I love these guys. And actually, I should say, I love this guy because it's a one-man project. We got a little bit of background on the new record from Bragging Rights' Kevin Davies. Kevin says this album was written straight after the album Small Gods and was finished before Small Gods' release date, so I've sat on this one for a little while now. I decided to do the re-release album A Personal Curse in between to give it a decent break between original new content. That said, I already have Carpe Jugulum's successor waiting to be uploaded as I type this. Kevin keeps himself busy.
Yes.
Small Gods was an album that spent a lot of time looking outward for answers, and this album is very much looking in and lashing outward. At the time of writing, I was very stressed with a lot of pent-up anger for a variety of reasons. Nothing too dramatic, just your usual job, life, family stressors. I took all of that and channeled it straight through the mixing desk. It's also worth noting the titles of the songs are also very tied to Terry Pratchett's Discworld books, which I had recently finished. I felt like I'd lived in that place by the time, and those books really helped me through the dark mental headspace I'd spent that year. I highly recommend them to anyone who needs a healthy escape. And I agree with you, Kevin. The Discworld series is fantastic. Okay, Michael, with that little bit of background out of the way, we're going to go ahead and kick things off by getting into our track-by-track analysis. We'll kick things off with track number 1. This is I'll Make My Heaven. Michael, what do you have on this?
I really like the guitar work and drum work, and there's a speech going on through this track.
Yeah, there's a speech that actually comes from Shakespeare's Henry VI. It comes specifically from Part 3, Act 3, Scene 2, where Richard of Gloucester is renouncing morality. He embraces having to commit evil acts and his bloodthirst in pursuit of the crown.
Wow.
Shakespeare's an interesting guy. You're going to get to learn about him in school, hopefully.
Wowzers.
What else you got?
I just really like the guitar work and drum work. It's a nice intro track.
It is. And I agree with you. It definitely serves as kind of an intro, getting you prepared for what's to come. The music, in my opinion, kind of has a very sludgy, Pelican-like post-metal sound to it. I know you've probably not heard Pelican before, but they're this incredible post-metal act. Great stuff. It's an interesting choice to open the album. It properly prepares us for what's to come. Good stuff.
I don't know if it sets up the album correctly with the next song, but it does fit the theme. The theme of the album, yes. I just say we need to move on.
Okay, so we'll get into track number 2. This is Carpe Jugulum. Here we go. Michael, what do you got on this?
Heavy as hell song.
Yes, sir.
It is the definition of death metal. Now, I would have been happy with this being the intro track, actually. I feel like, no, actually, I think this would actually be a good starting track.
Yeah, it gets you right into it, right? You feel like you want to get up and get in the pit.
But yeah, it has a nice and heavy guitar riff, nice screaming at the face vocals, nice drum work, just awesome.
Yeah, we played this song on our last episode in the Art of Discovery segment. This is the first single released from the record, and yeah, we waste no time getting right into the heavy as hell heart of the song. I love the thundering drums in that chugging guitar riff that opens the song. We get some blasting drums during the chorus that just cranks up the intensity on the song. Kevin delivers the vocals with that blood-curdling growl. This song just rips, man. Kevin advised that Carpe Jugulum means seize the throat, and that very neatly captures the amount of built-up social venom I had sitting at the back of my throat and the front of my tongue that I was trying to bite often at the time. We've all been there, right? Great stuff. All right. Michael, got anything else on Carpe Jugulum?
Nope.
Okay, so we'll move on to track number 3. This is Gollum. Michael, what do you got on this one?
I like the opening with that guitar and drum work back and forth. Nice and screaming in the face. You would not want to be right in front of the speakers for this.
Yes, you do. You want your face to melt off, man.
I don't want permanent hearing damage. I'll stand a little bit back.
Yeah, this one opens with another heavy as hell sludgy guitar riff, which is soon joined by the guttural growls. My favorite part of the song comes in towards the final minute. We get into some machine gun drums. The guitar riff is so damn good here. The song closes up with a sick head-banging riff that I could see the pits opening up for. Kevin says Gollum was very much about that chip on your shoulder, and I probably carried a few around this time, and they likely got heavier than I should have allowed. Michael, do you have anything else on Gollum?
Nope.
Okay, so we'll move on to track number 4. This is Quake. Michael, what do you got on this?
Just another heavy song, but the opening to the song is really, really unique with that, like, back and forth with the switching between the notes on the guitar.
Yeah, that's a really cool opening to the song.
Yeah.
I agree.
It kind of gave me like a reminder to like a Metallica or a Anthrax song, like with that guitar riff.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then the return of the screaming vocals.
Yeah, I'll add to your comparison. I think this kind of reminds me a bit of Pantera. The song feels a lot more groovy than the previous ones, especially in that opening. Kevin is back with the intense guttural growls. Musically, the song feels like it has a bit more space than the other songs. The guitar riffs have room to breathe in parts. Make no mistake, though, the song still goes hard as hell. This is one of my favorites on the record. And Kevin says Quake was more about letting out that primal scream. Sir, you succeeded.
Yes.
Michael, anything else on Quake?
No.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on to track number 5. This is Thief of Time. Michael, what do you have on this?
Another charging at you with the vocals, heavy vocals. I feel like if you're in front of the speakers for any of these songs, you're going to be looking like a skeleton after the show.
Your face is just going to melt clean off.
You're going to be like, wake up, guys! Clicking of bones.
100%.
Just another heavy, heavy song.
This is the second and most recent single from the record. That opening chugging guitar riff kicks ass. This song feels right at home with something that you would hear from Lamb of God. In fact, I hear a bit of Randy Blythe in Davy's vocal delivery on this song. Musically, this has a dark, sinister feel to it. The breakdown at the halfway point just goes hard as hell. This is another of my favorite songs on the record. Kevin says Thief of Time has a guest solo and vocals from a longtime friend, James Page, and the song is very much about legacy and what we leave behind versus what people think of you. All right. Michael, do you got anything else on Thief of Time?
Nope.
All right. So we'll move along to track number 6. This is Wait for the End. Michael, what do you got on this?
Another very cool guitar riff to open this up.
Totally agree.
I feel like this is like a really unique riff. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like he's doing some finger tapping, right?
Yes. And then right into the screaming vocals right after.
No holding back.
No.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
This is just probably one of my favorite songs, just mainly because of the very, very cool guitar riff.
Totally. Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you. This song features my favorite guitar work on the record. The breakdown at the midpoint of the song is so satisfying. It features a bit of a guitar solo. I love Kevin's vocals during this section as well. Kevin says Wait for the End was about wading through the mud to find the gems that make the suffering worth it. Michael, do you have anything else on Wait for the End?
Nope.
Okay. Now we'll move on to track number 7. This is Grown Cold. Michael, what do you have on this one?
This is another very different song. It's got like another like rotation between the guitar and the drum. I don't really know like what I could relate it to. But
to me, this one feels a bit like a nu metal song. It's got that nu metal feel. The riff feels very reminiscent to something like maybe Seven Dust or Mudvayne.
I mean, I could see somewhat of Seven Dust.
Yeah, it's got that feel, right?
Yeah, and I kind of like the echo type thing he's done with the vocals.
Fun stuff.
Yes. On to you!
Yeah, a little past the 2-minute mark, the song takes a change. It goes even harder. We go double time on the kick drums. We have another finger tapping guitar riff. The song just goes out swinging with a heavy as hell guitar riff as Kevin screams into the void. It's a really fun song. Michael, do you have anything else on Grown Cold?
Nope.
Okay. So we'll move on to track number 8. This is Masquerade. What do you got on this?
Just attacking song. Amazing guitar riff. Amazing heavy drum work. Amazing vocals. It's just attacking. Going straight for the face.
Totally. Or, in this case, going straight for the jugular.
Yes?
I agree with you. It's an all-out metal assault from the get-go. There's absolutely no wasted time here as we jump right into the thick of things. Kevin's blood-curdling screams over a driving, heavy-as-hell guitar riff. Things slow down a bit around the 2-minute mark, and there's a bit of a slower, sludgy guitar riff here. The notes linger, creating a bit of tension and a sense of discomfort. This song features one of my favorite vocal performances on the record, too. Kevin says Masquerade in his Jim Carrey impression because we all wear masks, metaphorically speaking. Michael, do you have anything else on Masquerade?
No.
Okay, so we'll move on to track number 9. This is Pray. Michael, what do you have on this?
Just a very, very, very different opening. It's got like it kind of sounds like he's adding layers on. Like, I don't really know how to describe it with the opening.
Yeah,
And
he's
then,
kind of got like some layered guitar work at the start of it. And I agree with you.
and
I
then
really dig those layered riffs. It gives a
yeah,
lot of depth to the music.
and then it gets into the screaming vocals, and of course the drum work is also amazing. Just amazing,
Goes
amazing.
hard.
Yes, it fits the genre perfectly.
I will add to that there's an outstanding breakdown at the halfway point. We get into some blistering drums during that section. The guitar work coming out of this little breakdown is heavy as hell. Musically, there's a lot of tension and anger to it. It's all aggression, very much making you give that metal face. Kevin says Prey was very much about that red-hot rage we all get, that feeling when evisceration of a target is all you think will satiate you. Michael, do you have anything else on Prey?
I do not.
Okay, so we'll move on to track number 10. This is Low King. Michael, what do you have on this?
This song starts out with a bit slower opening.
Yeah, it's a bit slower, a bit more sludgy.
Yeah. And I think it stays that way until like a good like minute or two into the song. And then it picks up and it takes off to the moon.
You're absolutely right. Kevin gets into that chugging groove on the guitar around that minute and a half mark or so. Yeah. The song closes out with this really sludgy, declamatory guitar riff. It's a really good head-banging riff. There's just something dark and foreboding about the mood of this song. Good stuff.
Yes.
Michael, do you have anything else on Low King?
I do not.
Okay. So we'll move on to track number 11. This is Mort. Michael, what do you have on this one?
The opening is very, very different. I really like it. It's got like I don't really know how to describe it. It's just really unique.
Yet to me, it's got a very Black Sabbath, Tony Iommi-like guitar riff to open the song up.
I could agree. And then we get into a nice guitar and drum work solo, and then we get back into the screaming vocals. Just an awesome song.
I agree. It's a very cool homage, if you will, to Black Sabbath. At least I feel that way. Especially with that opening riff. But then we get into something much heavier with the machine gun drums kicking in. Kevin tears into the lyrics with a blood-curdling growl. I love the change around the 2-minute 45-second mark. We get back to that Tony Iommi-inspired guitar riff to close out the song. The guitar has a cleaner sound, less distorted. It's a really cool sound, and one of my favorite riffs on the record for sure. And Kevin says Mort was very much about coming to terms with death. Michael, do you have anything else on Mort?
Nope.
Okay. So now we'll get into the final track. This is track number 12. This is The Wild Things. Michael, what do you have on this one?
This is a well-earned final track. I feel like he gets really, really creative at the end of this album. With the last two songs, he gets really creative with the guitar riffs and drum work. And I really like that. And another blow your face off vocals.
Totally agree. This last song is awesome. As we get into the verse on this, I am reminded big time of Opeth. Kevin channels his inner Michael Ackerfeld not only with the guitar riff, but with his vocal delivery. The only thing that's missing is a folksy acoustic section somewhere in the song. The opening / the chorus guitar riff chugs along with a sludgy ruthlessness. This is another favorite of mine. There's just something about that Opeth influence that pulls me right in. Did you catch the Opeth influence on this?
I can see it, but I didn't catch it the first listen through.
Yeah, and to be fair, you're not as familiar with Opeth's older stuff, more so than you are their new stuff, so to be fair, you may not have caught on to it. Don't worry. There's some old Peth along the way here. Michael, do you have anything else on the Wild Things?
No, sir.
All right. So now we'll get into our final thoughts and our overall album ratings. Michael, why don't you go ahead and kick us off? Give us your final thoughts and your rating out of 5.
I am going to have to give this a 5. Another awesome record from Bragging Rights. I like the brutalness of it. Just awesome. And the name of the album fits it well.
Just grabs you right by the throat.
Yes. A spear hand right to the juggler notch.
Yep, Bragging Rights delivers on another heavy as hell record. It's brutal and unrelenting in all the best ways. Kevin's death metal vocals are consistently outstanding throughout. When he changes pitches in his screams, it really takes things to another level. Kevin's guitar work carries a dark, heavy, sludgy, and often ominous tone. He takes some interesting turns on songs like Mort and The Wild Things. If I do have a small critique, it is with the drum sound. Specifically with the cymbals. They seem to be really compressed. The kick drums sound solid, especially when he goes into those machine gun drum parts. Just something sounds off on the cymbals. Aside from that, though, this is a really excellent listen. If you love sludgy, heavy, prog-infused riffs, you're gonna love this. I give this a 4.75 out of 5.
That is fair.
And that'll take us to our question for the audience. What is your favorite track on Carpe Jugulum and why? And with that said, we want to hear from you. We will read your emails and messages on the show. We have only one request. Keep them clean. There are several ways to contact us. You can email us at lightmovepod@gmail.com. You can also reach us on several social media platforms, such as Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads. Details on how to connect with us are in the show notes. We are a part of the SPDM Crew Podcast Network. Check out all of the podcasts on the network by visiting spdmcrew.com.
If you like the show, subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform and share with your friends and family. We are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and a variety of other platforms. We're also on YouTube. Can't find us on your chosen platform? Shoot us a message and let us know. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This helps us be found in the algorithm. Make them good, and we'll read them on the air. Are you in a band and you'd like for us to check you out and possibly drop a recommendation on the show? Shoot us a message. We'd love to check you out and give you a shout.
We'd like to thank you very much for listening to the Leitmotif and Movement Podcast.
Take care and enjoy music.